Grand Seiko is famous for taking inspiration from nature to shape their watches. And Japan is well known for its perfect craftsmanship of every type. But I would dare say that one of the most famous things from Japan are their swords, the famous katanas. They are made out of two types of steels, one hard for the edge of the blade and the other one soft to make it flexible and to be able to not break. Now, the creation of these weapons, these tools, was a whole ceremony. It is a millenary tradition that artisans take decades and decades to learn and to master. And this time, Grand Seiko takes inspiration from this. There are three versions of this watch. One that represents the hard steel, another one that represents the soft steel, but the most important thing needed for creation of what is probably the most lethal and traditional weapon that has ever existed is this one. It's fire. Now, since humans have memory, fire has been part of us. Fire gives heat, fire gives light, but more than anything, fire gives life. Also, fire shapes, but it also gives death. So Grand Seiko decided to be inspired by the great fire that helped forge not only weapons, but a large part of Japan's history. Now, it is not common to have a red watch. I think mostly because it is a color that puts us on alert. Because most things that are red mean danger. Blood, venomous frogs, snakes, and fire. But I think, once again, as always, Grand Seiko manages to capture the beauty of something natural on the dial of one of their watches. And I think that this beauty is very difficult to capture. Fire has an organic figure that changes. It is ephemeral. There is never a flame that's the same as the other. But if you ask me, I think the katana inspiration is spectacular. And now, if you notice, this is a new watch, but it's not the new version of Grand Seiko's Evo line. And as it is characteristic of Grand Seiko, of course, it is clearly a limited edition of 500 pieces worldwide. As usual, the finishing is perfect. We have a great canvas in the case for the Zaratsu polishing. I like the logs and everything. They actually remind me of the architecture of a katana sword. And we also have the Zaratsu polishing on the bracelet, just to add to all of that Japanese tradition. And the watch also comes with an extra strap from the Jean Rousseau factory in Paris, and it was created with traditional handmade fabric in Japan. It also comes with this little brochure that explains everything, how the traditional silk is made and how everything is made. And I actually really like that we have the masters of watches working like Grand Seiko, but we also have the masters of straps working like Jean Rousseau and combining forces to bring us something really cool, because this strap is actually pretty nice. Now, technically, I can't tell you more about the watch because I have already said it all in my previous video. So if you want a more technical stance, please go watch those videos. And I don't really want to repeat everything because it would be just vomiting information. It has a perfectly decorated spring drive movement with a precision that's out of this world. It's ridiculous. It has the Phantom Lion logo on the back, and the craftsmanship of this watch is perfect. But that's what is expected from Grand Seiko. Now, the detail of the power reserve in gold makes this watch amazing. It looks elegant. It lifts the watch. I think the red and gold go perfectly together, and it's just a perfect touch. In addition, we have the classic spade hands or sword hands of Grand Seiko, which just adds, to the katana vibe, because these hands are perfectly polished, super sharp, and they played with the light perfectly. And I believe that Grand Seiko, in this case and in many others, understands perfectly what their customers are looking for. They don't want just a blue watch, you know, or they just want a basic dial. They don't want the brand saying, ah yeah, green is the popular color, or blue, just make a bunch of blue watches. Grand Seiko understands that their customers are looking to feel something. And I'm a Grand Seiko customer, and that's what I'm also looking for. I'm looking for a brand, I'm looking for a watch that makes me feel something. When you're looking for a Grand Seiko, you don't want just any watch. You don't want a recognizable watch. You don't want the brand. You don't want, you know, the popular color. Yeah, everyone is doing blue, so we are going to do blue. No, I want this. This watch has a function. This watch has form, but it also has a story. It has an inspiration. It has a reason for being. It has a purpose. And all of that translates into this work of art. I really like that the Japanese culture is a mix between all the tradition and craftsmanship, millenary tradition and craftsmanship. But it is now a mix with high technology. And that is what this watch represents. The tradition of katana making with the highest technology and finishing possible. So this is the Grand Seiko Katana.